All right, good morning, everybody. So today is a potent and powerful day. We have a solar eclipse, the new moon, and we are also starting the year of the fire horse. So you may be feeling the energy, and I woke up this morning flooded with light moving through my body and called to connect to the bigger mission and not really remembering that today was the first day of the fire horse. I was aware, of course, of the solar eclipse, and I knew it was coming up, but I didn't correlate it. And the mission that has been presented to me in this lifetime is to gather 144,000 people all in one place at one time to radiate love and emanate peace while we light candles and sing. And it's kind of a tall order. But as I woke up this morning, the beings were just lining up and opening pathways and doorways for that to occur and showing me that the path to that happening is when we have completed the light codes. And so today marks a day for all of us to get really clear as to our intention and where it is that we want to go. The fire horse moves with rapid speed and intensity, and it's obvious that we are in intense times of great transition. And so being very grounded, and centered, especially as we're doing this work with Heather right now, right? We're grounding ourselves and centering ourselves in the medicine wheel, in the core. And we're going to be stepping into the resurrection code. And what I recognized this morning was that between now and the day that starts, we have 21 days. So for those of you who went through this process, well, all of you have, because only people got this email who did, with the death code and have shrouded their lingam. I have a different lingam that's in my living room that's shrouded. This is one I use as an example. And if you took the time to shroud it, wonderful. And if you didn't, that's okay. And if you just have a little rock, that's okay too. But for the next 21 days, if you would be willing to take a candle, it can be as simple as a tea light candle like this, and just rotate it around the lingam. So what you would want to do is take your cloth off. And I want you to remember that intentionally we're tuning into that our avatar body, our light body, our divine absolute self, that is our new human self in alignment with the new earth, is being incubated right now as we released so much during the death code. And it's sort of like energetically here. So the more that we can give it our love and attention and shrouding it, we are kind of giving it some time to calibrate to and integrate the vibrations we received during the death code as we take this candle and we rotate it around it every day. If you would be willing to do that 7 times, we are starting to give energy to this vibration because we're going to be opening 7 portals, and resurrecting the light body. So if you can do this, we would really appreciate it, because the more of us that are doing it and placing our energy and attention to that, um, the more it potentizes, the more powerful it becomes. It's just like more people that gather with the frequency of love and the intention of love, the more power it has on the planet. So between now, which is the first day of the fire horse, and the day that the resurrection code starts is 21 days. That's often a day in which a pattern can change. 21 days is significant time, often for people of fasting and of preparation. So you're preparing to resurrect a part of yourself that has been dormant, that has been perhaps denied, that has been put aside. And as you take the time, which is not more than 1 minute a day, to move into sacred space and to breath and into the intention of what it is this year you want to bring forward. Because we have this momentum, as Raphael's been talking about, this wind at our back with the fire horse. But as I was talking with Devashree this morning, you know, a wild horse that's not prepared to where it's going can be quite dangerous. It can just go off into all kinds of crazy, chaotic directions, and it can throw the rider off. So we want to have clarity, we want to have intention, we want to have purpose and direction, starting today at the opening of this gateway on this powerful solar eclipse today, with the opening of the fire horse energy as to the direction that horse is going in, what our intention is. So if you could take time to write that down and connect. And then I want to gather on March 3rd, which will be 7 days prior to the resurrection code beginning, and that will be a full moon. And that full moon is also a lunar eclipse. So there's a lot going on an energetic level, not to mention this Friday we have this conjunction that hasn't happened in 6,000 years. So this is a very powerful time where we can harness the energy for good rather than for chaos. We can harness this energy for unity, for peace, and for love. And I was so deeply inspired by the monks who walked from the South to Washington, D.C. They didn't have to say a word. They did say many things, but nothing needed to be said. It was the presence of their energy and their willingness and their commitment and dedication. So if they can walk for 2,700 miles in the freezing cold, I think we can take 1 minute to come into presence and intention for love and unity, and to circle the lingam, which is representing our new human, our new avatar body. And then Debashri is going to put together for us a personal yantra that we will share with you on the full moon. And we're going to ask you to draw repetitively for those 7 days this yantra, this design, which she'll give you a template so it'll be easy. And what it will be doing is we'll be activating these seven portals that we're going to open. So when we go into the resurrection code, we've given birth now, right, to the avatar body at the winter solstice. We've come then into the death code, where we had to fully let go and release and open our consciousness to the remembering of our eternal self. And then we move into this resurrection. Coincidentally or not coincidentally, because Raphael always has things timed out, the resurrection code begins and takes place during the spring equinox, and it ends right before Easter. So energetically, we're lining up with the resurrection flame. So as you take this flame of light and you move it around the lingam, which is representing and holding the energy of your light body, you are saying that I intend to turn on my light body and all of my original gifts within my blueprint. That's powerful. It's important. So this is how it's going to go. They showed me today that we're going to open up these seven gateways, and we're going to open them between now, which is the beginning, right, of, so we're starting to approach the spring equinox, until next year of the spring equinox, into the next also Chinese New Year. So we're going to start with this, and then we're going to work with the angels, connecting in with all of your guardian angels, and the protective vibration will come over and create a dome around our avatar body. And then we're going to move into celebration, working with the fairies and the elementals, because we want to really start to reconnect with the natural world. Because as the timelines begin to split, there will be such duality in the chaos and artificial intelligence, the breakdown of systems, things we're seeing right now really amping up. And on the other side, there's going to be so many people bringing their heart and energy and attention back to community, collaboration, unity, love, the elements, the natural world. So we're going to come back into relationship with, can we communicate again? I'm going to bring a beautiful woman on, Kara Daniels, into our membership to talk with us. She talks with the trees. She's a scientist, but she listens and hears them, and she talks to the animals and the elementals, and she's going to give us guidance. And so we're going to really work with that energy. Then we're going to go into plant medicine or we're going to ignite the pyramids. You know how we brought the pyramids on our hands? We're going to take an entire 3 weeks to work on that, entire 3 weeks to work on the luminous body, an entire 3 weeks to activate our wings. So all those pieces that were on the avatar body, whether it was the wings, or it was the pyramid, or it was the scepter. We'll work with the ladybug magic and alchemy, and we'll bring the scepter in. We'll work with the ancient codes, and we're going to bring the halo and the stars in. Then we're going to work with the heart flame. We're going to activate that rose heart, and we're going to work with the white-tail hawk, which is the natural indigenous blood vibration. So what they're showing me is this design, this plan for the entire year that gets sparked with the resurrection code that opens up these seven portals into these places and dimensions that we will be reclaiming and turning back on. So I just wanted to share that with you and ask you, like, for me, my mission is to gather 144,000 people when the light codes are finished and we've activated the full light body, which will probably take me another 3.5 to 4 years. What do you like if you had this really big dream? Like, because that, if I looked up stadiums, there's no stadium that holds 144,000 people. And Debishri was like, well, maybe we'll all gather on the beach or we'll walk to a park and then I'm like, well, where are we all going to park? Like the logistics were coming in, right? We're just like, when I think about the monks, they all gathered in DC, people just gathered in space, right? So I don't know how it will show up, and I hope you'll be on that journey with me. And it feels huge. And it feels like the Lion Gate is the first seed point where we gather in person together. And then that'll be another seed and another seed. And we're going to build this momentum to create this movement where we make this huge ripple and change through coming into the frequency of love and union together. And so I'm really excited about that. And for you, what is it that you want to, I mean, I hope you want to be a part of that with all of us. And then in addition to that, what do you want to this year to intend, or a larger vision that you want to create and you want to bring in? And can you expand into those infinite possibilities, like really widen that lens to believe that whatever that is that is in alignment with your truth and your purpose comes to formation. And it doesn't have to be something that's big, that's seen by others. It can be something tiny. It can just mean that every day from now until you die, you spend 30 minutes in the forest alone with the elementals. The mission, it could be that you sit in silence and that you hold the energy for the grid. Like that you perhaps you've let go of something you've been doing for many years and you move into a total new vocation. I mean, this is the type of energy that we're experiencing right now that has to do with a key. What they keep showing is we're unlocking a door today. We're unlocking a very powerful magical door today into a new way of being, a new realm. And it signifies the closing of an old door, the death, which we did together. And now that death is really coming to a halt, a completion of a cycle. So when we think of 2026, it's the year of the one. And we often in our calendar think, okay, it starts January 1st, but it's starting in the Chinese calendar, right? The new year is now. The spring equinox is the mark of it. So we're coming into that energy more really right now than we did in the beginning of the year. And so and it's not just opening up a doorway for 2026, it's opening up a doorway for many, 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 many years to come. So I wanted to bring you all together just to share that and to remind you of the importance of today. And so that you would take that 5 to 10 to 20 minutes today, or however long you're willing, to really sit in contemplation and presence around what it is that you want to bring into form, what it is that your soul wants to share with the world, how you want to serve the planet and yourself or your family or your life. Like, what is that passion inside of you that is being asked to come to the forefront? And the passion sometimes can be in the stillness. It doesn't have to be the shiny, wild horse running on the beach. As I was talking with Debistry this morning, the horse has two aspects, right? We think of the horse as very masculine. The feminine aspect is when the horse is grazing, when it's just still, when it's being, when it's present. And that energy is just as valuable. And sometimes for many women, we forget the value of that. So it doesn't have to be a showy thing. It can be, or it can be something quite subtle, quite quiet, quite simple and beautiful, in the presence of just invoking and radiating love. That's really all that we need to do. As Raphael always says, right? In every word, in every thought, in every action, can we continue to realign with the frequency of love? All right. So we have our beautiful morning with Heather this morning. The resurrection code begins on the 9th. And if you guys could do this exercise between now and then every day for 21 days, that would be amazing. And then we'll meet together on March 3rd. And we will have a process for all of you to do in preparation for the resurrection code. And it's going to be quite the thing between the spring equinox, the new moon, the fire horse, whew, there's a lot going on. So please take time today to write your intention, get really clear, open the door. We're opening a key. We have like a magic key today to open a door. The veil is thin into a beautiful creation, manifestation frequencies. So, what is your intention? And maybe for you, it's just a word. Maybe it's peace or radiance or health or love or beauty, or maybe it has a lot more to it than that. Whatever it is, no judgment. Okay. All right. I love you guys all so much. I will channel for you on March 3rd as we prepare for the equinox and the resurrection code. And I'll see everybody in Heather's class in an hour and a half.